What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new transfer news video, and in this video we will talk about Ferran Torres because Goal.com is reporting that two English clubs have made offers for Ferran Torres, who is a very talented, highly rated 20-year-old midfielder playing for Valencia, and apparently there was Borussia Dortmund in pole position to lend him this summer, but it looks like that they are facing financial troubles because of the suspension of the Bundesliga, and also now that Bundesliga is back they have no fans in the stadiums, and Borussia Dortmund's large part of their revenue came from the 80,000 fans attending the Signal Iduna Park, the Borussia Dortmund stadium. So it looks like they will not be able to compete financially with other English and Spanish clubs. It is understood that Dortmund were prepared, according to the reports, to part with around 45 million pounds, that's around 50 million euros, to secure Ferran Torres' signature. But that may not be enough because other clubs might offer more money for Ferran Torres, who is one of the hot properties in the summer. So in this video we will talk all about that, and also we will talk about Steven Gerrard saying that Liverpool should start building a statue for Jurgen Klopp for winning Liverpool's first Premier League title, the first league title in 30 years, in hopefully a matter of weeks. I can't be more excited. The Premier League is back tomorrow with the Manchester City, Arsenal and the Aston Villa Sheffield United games, and Liverpool are back on TV on Sunday in the Merseyside derby, so I'm super excited. Turn on the bell notification and subscribe so you never miss the football analysis videos coming back when the Premier League resumes, and of course all the latest Liverpool and football news, you will find it on this channel as well. So Goal.com reveals that there are two offers on the table from England, one of them from Liverpool and one of the other is probably from Manchester United, and another offer for Ferran Torres has arrived from a team in the Serie A. And also two La Liga rivals, Real Madrid and Barcelona, are also monitoring the situation, and they are mulling over whether to make their approaches official or not. And Valencia are in a huge predicament because they just can't lose Ferran Torres on a free transfer, and the contract runs out next summer. So next summer Ferran Torres will be out of contract and he can leave Valencia, and he can even sign a pre-contract agreement with Liverpool, for example, as early as January if Valencia and Ferran Torres don't agree a contract extension. And at the moment it looks like Ferran Torres wants to move to a bigger club. Valencia are struggling to get into the top four in La Liga, so there is a big decision to be made in the summer by both Valencia, the club, and Ferran Torres, the player as himself as well. Ferran Torres is a Valencia academy player. He played for Valencia's B side in the Spanish 3rd or 4th division, but his breakthrough season was the 2017-18 season, so 3 seasons ago, where he played 16 games already in the Valencia first team as a teenager, as an 18-year-old, and also he played 37 games last season, scoring 3 goals. This season he has 36 games, scoring 6 goals. 4 of them came in La Liga, and he also has 4 assists in the Spanish league. For a 20-year-old, that's a very good number. And also he won some silverware, winning the Copa del Rey last season against Barcelona in that big cup final, and also he won 2 under 17 and under 19 championships with Spain in 2017 and 2019 respectively. So he is part of a great generation of Spanish young footballers coming through in Spain. And Ferran Torres recently gave an interview to Club del Deportista, a Spanish newspaper, where he said that for young people La Liga is the best league there is to develop their talent. And this is what Ferran Torres himself said, and I quote, "I think I've settled in Valencia and in the division. Things are going well for me, even though the team is on a bad streak, although we think we are going to turn it around." And Valencia sporting director Fernando Gomez claimed that Ferran Torres has all the attributes to succeed at an elite club like Liverpool. He is skillful, he is great one-on-one, he is quick, and he even scores the goals. He also plays on the inside, takes advantage of spaces, and he can be part of a team that plays on the counter-attack or a dominant team in terms of possession. He can perform well in any team and in any league in England too, of course, at Liverpool or any other team. Jurgen Klopp's system would fit him perfectly, and he's mentally very strong to cope with pressure and demands. So that's also very, very good news. And the sporting director of Valencia, specifically mentioning Liverpool, I think, and the Valencia sporting director specifically mentioning Liverpool is also a big sign that Liverpool have already made inquiries about Ferran Torres. And also David Maddock, who is a very renowned, well-known journalist in England, said this: I would be reluctant to say Liverpool will not make any signings in this current transfer market. So he says that he just can't rule it out, because you never know. It could be that some players become available at knockdown prices because their clubs are in financial trouble, and that is very, very good news. He also said this: recruitment doesn't actually stop, and in many ways the analysis and tracking that Liverpool do of players will expand now, because it's even more important now to do your homework to the best of your abilities. You need to find players that are below that premium price. So Liverpool are looking even more now at those players. And I think Takumi Minamino is another great example. He's worth at least £30 million, and he was a bargain for 7.5 million in a really bargain release clause. That was a great find for Liverpool, and they will step it up even more because they don't know what the future will hold. It's so vital not to spend massive amounts of money on signings. Aouar is another really good example. Liverpool have tracked him, and there's absolutely no doubt since before he got into the Lyon first team. Same thing applies to Kai Havertz. Liverpool have certainly tracked him too for many years, and they would be interested in him, but certainly not at £90 million in this current climate and transfer market. Maybe Liverpool will hold fire and see where they are next summer, and see if they can try and sign someone like him, like Kai Havertz and Aouar as well. And this actually makes perfect sense. Liverpool have never been a club who spent like hundreds of millions of pounds, net spend, I mean. Yes, we spent huge amounts of money on Alisson and Van Dijk, but that was because we got a huge amount of money for the Coutinho sale, 140 million. And I think Liverpool are very smart and very clever in their transfer dealings, especially since Jurgen Klopp came in. But I think also the Liverpool owners have learned from past failures when Liverpool made a really, really big mess of the transfer windows in many years before. And I think that's where Liverpool have failed many times, by not strengthening enough when Liverpool already had a great team. We had a great team in 2008, 2009, where we almost won the league, and we failed to strengthen in the transfer market. And also before, like after that, when Luis Suarez left Liverpool, we signed Ricky Lambert and Mario Balotelli. That tells you everything you need to know of how wrong Liverpool's transfers were before Jurgen Klopp came in and before the owners learned their lesson. And now we are much more shrewd in the transfer market, and I think that is also down to the Liverpool as the whole organization, but also down to Jurgen Klopp. And talking about Jurgen Klopp, Steven Gerrard thinks that he should get a statue after helping Liverpool win their first Premier League title. I think that should only be happening after Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool, because that's when you can judge Jurgen Klopp's full legacy. I don't think Jurgen Klopp would like it that Liverpool would build a statue right now outside Anfield when he's still the manager. Jurgen Klopp is a pretty humble guy, and I don't think he would like that, but of course I think he deserves it, no question. This is what Steven Gerrard said. For me, someone like Jurgen Klopp should be rewarded now. It seems like in football we often wait until people get older before their achievements are fully recognized. But I know the owners of Liverpool won't let that happen. When Jurgen delivers the league title, they should already be starting work on a statue of him. Wow, what a brilliant quote by Steven Gerrard. And I fully agree, but I don't think Jurgen Klopp would agree a statue built outside of Anfield. I mean, can you imagine how the media and the rival fans would react? I don't think Jurgen Klopp needs that in his life. And Steven Gerrard also thinks that Jurgen Klopp's current achievements rank him ahead and above Pep Guardiola in the managerial rankings. He thinks that Jurgen Klopp is right now a superior manager, a better manager than Pep Guardiola. And who am I to argue with Steven Gerrard my boyhood idol, the Liverpool legend himself. And let's listen to him because I think he has very good points. Let's cut to the chase. Sitting here doing this interview right now, I think Jurgen Klopp is the best manager in the world. I know there are a lot of successful managers about. Pep Guardiola is exceptional, Carlo Ancelotti is exceptional too, and I think Everton are really lucky to have him with his CV. I could name many more, but having had the experience of being a manager for the past 2 years, you realize how difficult and challenging the job is. I have nothing but a huge respect and admiration for Jurgen Klopp. The way the man handles himself, the way he has been with myself, the way he goes about his business, the way he comes across. I think he's got a heart and I think he's got a smart head. He just works for Liverpool. He has come and taken the club to the next level. And Jamie Carragher also made a very good point previously, not too long ago, that when he was a player still, and Liverpool were always outsmarted in the Premier League by Manchester United and Arsenal, and then Chelsea came along with their big money, and they also got finished above Liverpool, and then Man City came along with their even bigger money, and then they started finishing ahead of Liverpool. Jamie Carragher admitted himself that he was losing faith that Liverpool would ever win the Premier League title, or at least not in the foreseeable future, because there were just too many clubs with more money, with bigger pockets than Liverpool. And ultimately it comes down to finances most of the time in the Premier League, who can sign the best players in the world. But then came Jurgen Klopp and he changed everything. He changed the course of history in Liverpool's history and also in the Premier League's history. Because without Jurgen Klopp, I can guarantee you that Liverpool would be nowhere near winning the Champions League, winning the Premier League. Yes, we also need the background team. You have to say the financial side, the marketing side is brilliant at Liverpool. Also the commercial, the transfer committee, if you like, the transfer dealings have been really spot on. And Jurgen Klopp also knows that he's relying on many people around him to do a great work. But you can't argue that without Jurgen Klopp, this whole system wouldn't function as well as it is functioning right now. So I think he absolutely will go down as one of the biggest legends in Liverpool's history. And Dominic King revealed that Liverpool's squad has no fitness worries ahead of the Merseyside derby, which means that Andy Robertson and Mo Salah, who set out the friendly against Blackburn with small knocks, recovered fully and they are fully fit to face Everton, and that's what you want to hear. That's brilliant news. And Graham Souness, who is of course a former Liverpool midfielder, Liverpool legend, he's a Sky Sports pundit now. He said that you could have given Liverpool the title in January. They have won it, no arguments. If they had called a halt to the season, only the most bigoted anti-Liverpool supporters would have said they won it by fluke, by chance. And I fully agree, this is the most one-sided title race in the history of the Premier League. I'm pretty convinced that Liverpool will win the title by the biggest margin ever. So the biggest margin that I think Man City won it by like 13 or 15 points ahead of Man United in 2017-18 when they got to 100 points. But I think Liverpool can better that by a big margin actually. Nico Williams is absolutely buzzing because he is about to make his Premier League debut. I'm sure that in the last 9 games Liverpool will give some playing time to the young players just to get them fully accustomed to playing in this Liverpool first team, to playing in the Premier League, and also to just give them a boost and give them playing time, and Liverpool could get ready in the best way possible for next season by giving minutes to these young players and developing them furthermore. And this is what Nico Williams, who is potentially Liverpool's backup right back full time next season, this is what he said. I would say that from when you are a little kid, you dream of making a Premier League debut. So for me, to make it this season would be another massive achievement. If I just keep showing the boss what I'm capable of doing and keep showing my ability in training, then hopefully Jurgen Klopp will give me the opportunity. I think now it's a massive opportunity for us young lads to maybe get an opportunity, but obviously the boss knows best. And if he thinks it's the right game for us to play, then for sure he will play us. He will have no hesitation in that. The lads are looking fit and sharp now. It just feels amazing to get back into it. I think the main aim now is obviously to win the league and to try to dominate every team that we play and try to get as many points on the board as possible. For sure, all the boys are very excited for the first game and hopefully we will get the win. Training wise, the boys have all been looking very sharp. We have got the rhythm back and we are all looking very fit again. I think for all of us now, this is the longest that we haven't had any football to play, so it just feels good to get back into it. It's obviously a bit of different with no fans in the stadiums, but hopefully we will just play as we normally do and we will get the win and we will just try to focus on the football. It is a bit strange, but obviously this is the way we have to do it now. I think every Merseyside derby is an intense game, an exciting game, and I think it will be no different without any fans, because the game is still going to be there and the lads are still going to put a fight in. Both teams will. Hopefully, like we have done this season, we will get the win and we will show to everyone that we will be the better team on the day and we will put the performance in. And I have really high hopes for Nico Williams. He's following in the footsteps of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and what a great role model Trent is to the likes of Nico Williams. And it just shows that there is now a clear pathway to the Liverpool first team. If you are good enough, you are old enough, and the youngsters will take a lot of encouragement and motivation from that. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.